course. Thanks for your sympathy, that's okay. Aw, thanks the one aw over here. He's clapping. I mean, you pretty much know when you get sweatpants and a treadmill for your anniversary that, you know, that loving feeling is gone. It's not coming back. And my husband was always really mean. He wanted me to get rid of my cat. And this cat's really old and sickly, so I could just see the ad in the paper. Free to good home. Obese asthmatic cat with malfunctioning anal glands and pancreas disorder. Call fast, this one won't last. No? And he used to annoy me. He saved those Marlboro miles. They were all over the place, you know. Have you seen this? The most ridiculous thing. Every pack of cigarettes has 5 little Marlboro miles on it, and you have to save up something like 2,000 of them, and you can order camping and hiking gear. These people are smokers. They're not hiking, they're hacking, is what they're doing. They need to get the Marlboro Man oxygen tent, you know? And my husband always used to tell me I was fat, so I went on this new lactose intolerant diet. You guys seen the commercials? You know, you have a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and then you never do get to that sensible dinner because you're still on the toilet from lunch, you know? I lost 30 pounds in 1 week. And they say that my colon is going to grow back someday, so it's not such a bad thing. But I was so mad, though, because I lost most of it in my chest, you know? That always happens, right? I went from an A to an A minus, you know? Back to the Tinkerbell training bras again. Now I'm just like all the other women in my family. They all have no breasts, but at least I don't have the drug problems. Oh my God. They're all pill poppers in my family. I totally don't fit in, because when I get a headache, I take an Advil, a Tylenol. My mom immediately breaks out the Percocet and the Prozac, you know? And that's just to handle my headache. Crazy. And then my husband used to complain that I couldn't cook, so I tried to watch Julia Child to learn how. I ran out of wine. This lady would put wine on a Big Mac. You see that? Every show, we're gonna add a little bit of wine. It's like at the bottom, elapsed time, 5 minutes. I could not see her with a toddler in the house. I could not see her being a mom. The poor little kid went, Mommy, I want Fruit Loops for breakfast. Oh no, you're gonna have a nice quiche and a good stiff Irish coffee. You know? Can't do anything real people do. And Martha Stewart, anybody hate her? She cannot do anything a real person would ever do. The other day she had the Martha Stewart beekeeping episode, as in Bumble, okay? And she's up there going, I like to keep bees, they enhance my tomatoes. I was hoping one would enhance her butt. Just waiting for that, you know? God. I rented a couple of movies today. Anybody see Good Will Hunting? Yeah, I liked it. Good movie, right? It's just the title was really deceptive, because I was expecting it to be about a couple of guys looking around for a thrift store. I was really shocked, you know? And then I rented The Blair Witch Project also. Did anybody like that, The Blair Witch Project? Really? Just one person? That's about it, I think. I was disappointed. It was so not scary. The only thing frightening about that movie was they were lost in the woods for 3 days with no toilet, and more importantly, no hairdryer. You know, and by the end of the movie, that girl really was looking bad, wasn't she? Like she got her hair cut in JCPenney or something, you know? Man. What else is going on? I read the newspaper today. Crazy stuff. Be glad you live in Florida. In Wisconsin, this is for real, I swear to God. They're passing a law where they're going to go into the parks, gather up the geese, process them as food for the poor. So now you know the homeless people are really nervous. They're not falling asleep on any benches anymore. Because they could wake up in a can of Spam real easily, you know. I was also reading the birth announcements in the paper. Most dishonest part of the paper, the birth announcements. There was one that said, once again, our lives have been blessed by a little angel. Now, anybody that has ever had a newborn knows that that ad should read, Once again, our lives are a living hell. We are up every hour cleaning up vomit and shit. Here is our address, come and shoot us. I'm right? A lot of parents in here, huh? And I was reading the obituaries too, and there is some bad poetry happening there. There was one that said, "The angel of death strode through the halls of Good Samaritan Hospital yesterday." And I thought, the nurses on duty must have just fainted when they saw that coming. Little reaper coming at them and everything. And I had to go to a funeral last week. I saw the strangest tombstone. It had a picture of a telephone engraved on it, and it said, "Jesus called, Heather answered." If only Heather had screened her phone calls. Yeah, didn't she? I was just gonna say, didn't she have a little caller ID box or something? You know, Christ, comma, J. She would have, "Mom, for you." I'm picking that up. God, you guys are a great crowd. You should have been here earlier. This is great. This is way better than staying home with my 2-year-old son, I gotta tell you. He's at that little birth control on legs phase they go through, you know, the temper tantrums all the time. So I just like to hang out with him in front of condom displays, you know, just to kind of encourage people to get the expensive brand, you know. Don't let that happen to you. And I have read all of those parenting manuals. They all say the same thing. Never spank your child when you're angry. So now I just hit him when I'm happy. Doesn't work very well either. And another thing they all say is be consistent. It is impossible to be consistent with a 2-year-old because in the morning I'm all caffeinated, I'm well rested. Don't touch that baby, no, leave that alone. 6 o'clock in the evening rolls around. That child could play with steak knives. As long as he is quiet while he is doing it. And if I weren't confusing enough for the poor thing, he's got grandparents. Anything a kid does, grandparents think it's cute. You know, my kid could rob a liquor store. My dad would be on the news going, "Oh, doesn't he look cute with pantyhose over his head?" My mom would be getting wallet sizes of I'm forgetting the word for it, the mug shot, thank you. I'm like, the picture they take in jail, what is that? But he's cool though, because he's got some cool toys. He just got Tickle Me Elmo. Have you seen this? It's a doll with a really big nose that vibrates. So I took it from him. I just can't wait till that kid gets Tickle Me Big Bird. It'll be great. And if they ever come out with a Tickle Me Pinocchio, I'm not leaving my house.